The emotional framing around what happened to Tom Selleck at 81 is mostly internet sensationalism rather than a reflection of any real-life crisis, because Tom Selleck is not experiencing a hidden tragedy or shocking downfall, but rather the natural, quieter stage of life that comes after a long and successful Hollywood career, where he has gradually stepped back from the intensity of fame while still remaining active in select roles and enjoying a more private, grounded lifestyle. Best known for his breakout role as Thomas Magnum in Magnum, P.I., Selleck became one of television's defining leading men in the 1980s, recognized for his relaxed charisma, distinctive presence, and the iconic mustache that turned him into a cultural figure beyond just acting. And later he found renewed success with his long-running role as Frank Reagan on Blue Bloods, which kept him visible to modern audiences while allowing him to work in a more controlled and steady environment compared to the peak demands of Hollywood stardom. As he has aged into his 80s, what has changed is not a dramatic or heartbreaking event, but a natural reduction in workload and public appearances, as he has chosen to prioritize health, family life, and privacy over constant media attention, a decision that is common among actors who have already spent decades in the spotlight. Selleck has often spoken in interviews about preferring a quieter life away from Hollywood's constant pace, spending significant time on his ranch in California, where he enjoys a more grounded routine that contrasts sharply with the entertainment industry's public pressures, and this shift is sometimes misinterpreted online as something sad or concerning simply because fans are used to seeing him regularly on screen. Physically, like many people in their 80s, he has naturally slowed down and become more selective about projects, but there is no credible evidence of any sudden health crisis or hidden hardship, despite viral headlines suggesting otherwise. Instead, his situation reflects the normal aging process combined with a successful career transition into semi-retirement. Even in his later years, he continued working on Blue Bloods for many seasons, maintaining a strong professional presence and contributing to a show that emphasized stability, family themes, and long-term storytelling, which suited his own stage of life and experience. In his personal life, Selleck has maintained a long and stable marriage to Jillie Mack and has focused heavily on family relationships, which he has consistently described as more important than fame or public recognition, reinforcing the idea that his priorities have shifted naturally rather than dramatically. What often gets labeled online as heartbreaking is actually the contrast between his earlier high-visibility celebrity years and his current preference for privacy. But this is not a story of loss. It is a story of choice, balance, and longevity in both career and personal life. At 81, Tom Selleck's life is best understood not through dramatic headlines but through the lens of a long, steady career followed by a peaceful and intentional step back from the spotlight, where he continues to live with stability, family connection, and selective creative work rather than the constant public exposure that defined his earlier decades in Hollywood.